Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Now, yesterday I uploaded a video about piggybackers and he's deleted his video since, so I'm guessing he realizes that what he posted wasn't legit. And hopefully that's the case. And hopefully he'll come back and apologize to Michael Green and his fiance there, Bridget. And if not, well then you probably won't hear much more about him on my channel unless he starts lying again. But anyhow, to the new subscribers, thank you for joining the Big Ranch Show here. I try to put out new videos, daily, at least Saturday through Wednesday. And those are at least my attempts anyway. You might like some of them, you might hate others. It's just how it goes around here. As my comment section on yesterday's video kind of points out. Some people thought it was a good video, some people thought it was terrible. And that's just how it goes here at the Big Ranch Show. I cover all sorts of topics. I cover anything from sports to politics to the occasional YouTube drama. I try to stay away from the YouTube drama for the most part. I have, I think, 3 or 4 videos maybe total through the life of this YouTube channel on YouTube drama. But it's all depending on really what the subscribers really seem to want to have covered. I generally focus a lot. I love to focus a lot on politics because that's one of my favorite topics really to discuss. But I have no problems talking other topics. I love sports. I love, I love watching videos here on YouTube, and I love to talk about those too. My reactions aren't very good, therefore I don't really do reactions. But that's what we have going around here is I talk about random topics. Yesterday was piggybackers. Today, the stock market. Now, yesterday, the stock market dropped some 1,200 points. And it was a record drop in point total, but not so dramatic as many people in the mainstream media are making it. Now, sure, it was a historic point drop, but it only equated to equaling roughly 4.5% lost off the stock market. Now, it is shocking in how quickly it happened. Makes you wonder what's really at play. Some people say it's because of the Fed. Some people claim it's because of the world markets. It looks more like the world markets than anything else. But there is the fear among many on Wall Street that the Fed is about to raise interest rates. Therefore, it's going to cause some problems for lending and people trying to borrow money and businesses and stuff like that. So a lot of people are concerned about that. But as well, it seems to be just a natural correction in the market. It doesn't look like it's going to be some kind of Black Friday thing or even anything leading to the Great Recession that we had from 2008 and 2007, 2008 and such. I don't see it being that dramatic. But it does look like the world markets are making a correction. They've been, rather bullish as of late. And sooner or later, every market corrects itself because you can only, break records for so long before those records, you lose some of those records. And this is the stock market has been going up for years, at a steady clip pretty much going up with a few drops here and there since about 2012. And this is just a natural correction here. I don't think, some people are going to say it's Donald Trump. Some people are going to blame this or that. I don't really think it's Donald Trump's fault, although he does kind of have to claim it because he's been claiming he's the reason the stock market's doing so well. But I don't really think Donald Trump had anything to do with it. I don't think he's the cause of it. I think just the point that interest rates might go up and the world markets were in a little bit of turmoil as we ended the week last week. And I don't see this as a long-term problem. Now, there is one argument out there that I am not too sure of, but the argument is that with the tax cuts increasing a loss in revenue, increasing deficits, increasing deficit borrowing in the near future, that right there will force the Fed to increase the interest rates, thus causing more of a problem than Donald Trump would be kind of a cause of it. But I don't think that was the cause of yesterday's downward spiral of the stock market. I guess we will see as the stock market opens today how it goes and if investors are still scared or if they're moving on and looking to, get stuff together. But I'm hearing that this could be a week-long problem where it's going to come up a little bit, then it'll drop again. That's what I'm hearing for the rest. That's the forecast for the next week or so. But I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing. I don't think it's going to be as bad as, say, a Great Depression or the Great Recession or, the Black Friday mess back in the 80s. It was bad back then, and I don't think this is going to be nearly as bad. We had a bigger point drop in 2011 in one day, percentage-wise, which is far more important than just the point number, but that percentage is far more important, and more people lost a lot of money back then than they are now, and our economy kept going, and everything was fine. So don't let the mainstream media scare you into thinking that the economy is falling apart, not to spend your money or whatever. Of course, you got to have your normal savings, but there's no reason not to go out and do what you always do. Because I truly believe that a lot of our recessions are media-driven. Because the media sits there and they put fear and panic into everybody's minds, and they start panicking and they don't buy anything, and the economy actually does what the media is claiming it's going to do. When I don't think we could have saved the 2007-2008 recession very quickly, but I think if more people wouldn't have been scared by the media and scared to invest and scared to spend their money, I don't think as many people would have lost their jobs. And so, really, I think the media is just out there to scare people. They bring you half the story. I try to bring you as much of the story as I can find. And I'll tell you right now, economics is not necessarily my biggest point because I'm not fully educated in every facet of economic issues. But I do know that if we let the media continue to scare us into things, we're going to have scares and money scares and recessions that are going to be worse than they have to be. So look out there for the real news. Realize that yes, the stock market went down. Yes, that's a bad thing. But considering how high the stock market is, it's not that big of an issue at the moment. Now, it could become something later. We don't know. But right now, I wouldn't be worried about it. I wouldn't panic about it. If you have money in the stock market, maybe that's an issue. If you're down here in my world where you don't have anything in the stock market, there's really not a big deal and nothing really to worry about. At least at the moment. And I don't see there being a problem down the road anytime soon. It looks like it's going to be a little snafu like it was in 2011. We'll have a little downtime, and I'm guarantee you the stock market will keep going. Our economy is going to keep rolling. I'm pretty sure of it. And that's really all I have to say on it. I just really think the mainstream media needs to calm down and quit trying to stoke fear in our economy. It's the last thing we need right now as we're finally recovering, fully from that 2007 meltdown. And I think we're doing really good. And if the media would just shut their mouths and quit making people panic, I don't think we'd have any issues. Anyhow, have a nice day. I'll see you down the road. And to the new subscribers, thanks for subscribing. Leave some comments, on different videos. Check out the other content that's on the channel, and leave me some feedback on this video or even the PiggyBackers video, and let me know what kind of videos you would like to see, because I have my issues continuing with PiggyBackers, not because of anything anyone said, but I really don't want to start beef with anybody. I'm not trying to be an asshole here. That's not my goal on that video. My goal was just to point out some facts. And at the end of the day, that's what I try to do best. I try to bring facts. That's what I do the best I can. And to some of the people that commented down below that video, I want to let, in case you haven't checked any of it, from the numbers I have, Bridget West was 16 when she and Michael started dating in November of 2008. Supposedly she was born in 92. That would make her 16. In South Carolina, the law for age of consent is 16. It's a moot point. But the problem was the false claims that he made. if he had made claims saying that they were dating when she was 14, even, whether or not that's true or not, that's a different story. But he was making claims that could actually injure somebody's livelihood. That was my concern. And there's one person that's commented, their first comment was, one of the first things they said to me is basically saying Michael Green was paying me to make a video. And dear Lord, I wish somebody would pay me to make a video. My bank account wouldn't be sitting in the negative. So please, if you know of a way for people to pay me to make videos, dear God, let me know. I'm all about the money. Give me some money. I'll take it. I don't care. But right now, no one's paying me a damn penny. Heck, YouTube's going to demonetize me in a week and a half? I'll be completely demonetized in a week and a half. I've only made $4 since I was monetized, so there ain't no money. Ain't nobody paying me nothing. So that's just what that is. I was just trying to bring some truth, and that's all I wanted to do. I wasn't trying to start anything. I wasn't trying to start a fight down in the comments. I just wanted to point out that there were some false statements being made about a YouTuber by a guy who does tend to, as his name says, piggyback off of other YouTubers. I have very few videos involving other YouTubers. I have, like I said, 3 or 4 videos. That's about all I do. I occasionally, if something big comes up, like the Logan Paul thing, or somebody makes false claims about a YouTuber that I know didn't do what they're claiming they did, I'll make a video on it. I made a video over Logan Paul. I made a video over Kid Behind the Camera versus Tina, the Angry Neighbor, just because I thought it was interesting. And believe it or not, most of my videos over YouTube drama go nowhere. 2, 3, 5 views tops normally. So yesterday's a video of over 200 was actually rather shocking to me. So there is a part of me that's like, hey, people like that. But then I also want to keep my integrity. So that said, if something else comes of this, like he apologizes about the video, or something else comes up, then sure, I'll cover it. But I'm not going to sit here and beat a dead horse. Anyhow, y'all have a great day. I'll see you down the road.